What if I told you there are lakes and rivers hidden under the ocean? Some deep-sea creatures can create their own light. And the tallest mountain on Earth is mostly underwater. It sounds impossible, but the ocean is full of strange places, mysterious creatures, and hidden worlds that feel almost alien. Here are 7 ocean facts that sound fake, but are actually true. Deep beneath the waves, at the bottom of the sea, there are places that look just like lakes and rivers. But these aren't ordinary lakes. They're called brine pools. They form when extremely salty water seeps out from beneath the seafloor. Because this water is much saltier and denser than the seawater around it, it doesn't mix straight away. Instead, it sinks and collects in dips and valleys on the ocean floor, creating what looks like a lake beneath the ocean. Some even appear to have shorelines, ripples, and flowing streams. But these underwater lakes can be deadly. The salty water can contain very little oxygen, and in some areas, toxic chemicals. Small creatures that swim too close can become stunned or even die. Yet around the edges of these strange pools, life still finds a way. Mussels, bacteria, and other deep-sea creatures survive in this extreme world. It's one of the most alien-looking places on Earth, and it's hiding right at the bottom of our own ocean. Deep beneath the ocean's surface, sunlight slowly begins to disappear. Go down far enough, and the sea becomes a world of complete darkness. But in this darkness, some creatures have evolved something extraordinary. They can create their own light. This is called bioluminescence. It happens when chemicals inside an animal's body react and produce a glow, almost like a living torch in the deep sea. Jellyfish, squid, anglerfish, plankton, and many other ocean creatures use this glow in different ways. Some use it to attract prey. Some use it to confuse predators. Others flash bright patterns to communicate, hide their shape, or disappear into the darkness around them. One of the most famous examples is the anglerfish. It has a glowing lure hanging in front of its mouth, which it uses to tempt smaller fish closer in the pitch-black ocean. But bioluminescence isn't just rare. In the deep sea, it's one of the most important survival tools on Earth. In a place where sunlight can't reach, life has found a way to make its own light. The deep ocean may be dark, but it is far from empty. When people think of the tallest mountain on Earth, they usually think of Mount Everest. And that makes sense. Measured from sea level, Everest is the highest mountain on the planet, rising almost 9,000 meters into the sky. But if you measure a mountain from its true base to its summit, there is another giant that beats it. Mauna Kea in Hawaii. From above the ocean, Mauna Kea already looks huge, but most of the mountain is hidden beneath the waves. Its base begins deep down on the Pacific Ocean floor, and from there, it rises all the way up through the sea before reaching the island of Hawaii. Measured from its underwater base to its peak, Mauna Kea is over 10,000 meters tall. That means it is taller than Mount Everest when measured from bottom to top. What makes this even more amazing, that most people only ever see the very top of it. The rest of this enormous mountain is buried beneath the ocean, stretching down into the darkness. So while Everest is the highest mountain above sea level, the tallest mountain on Earth is mostly underwater. When we think of volcanoes, we usually imagine lava exploding from a mountain on land. But some of the most active volcanoes on Earth are hidden beneath the ocean. Deep under the waves, there are cracks in the seafloor where molten rock can rise up from inside the planet. When that lava erupts underwater, it meets freezing cold seawater almost instantly. Instead of flowing like rivers of lava on land, it can cool into rounded shapes, known as pillow lava. These underwater eruptions help create new seafloor, especially along huge mountain ranges beneath the ocean called mid-ocean ridges. And because they happen so deep down, many of these eruptions are never seen by humans. But they can still change the ocean floor, build underwater mountains, and release heat and minerals into the sea. Around some volcanic vents, strange life forms survive in complete darkness, using chemicals from the earth instead of sunlight. So while volcanoes on land may look more dramatic, some of the planet's most powerful volcanic activity is happening silently beneath the ocean. For centuries, sailors told stories about terrifying sea monsters lurking beneath the waves. Huge creatures with long twisting tentacles, enormous eyes, and enough strength to drag ships into the deep. For a long time, many people thought these stories were just myths, but some of them may have been inspired by something very real. The giant squid. These mysterious animals live deep in the ocean, far below where humans can easily explore. They can grow to incredible sizes, with long arms and tentacles that help them catch prey in the darkness. One of their most amazing features is their eyes. Giant squid have some of the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, helping them detect tiny amounts of light in the deep sea. For hundreds of years, most evidence came from dead squid washing ashore, or from remains found inside whales, that made them feel more like legends than real animals. But eventually, scientists proved that giant squid were not just sailor stories. They are real deep-sea predators, living in one of the most mysterious environments on Earth. Sometimes, the ocean's monsters aren't myths at all. They're just hiding where we can barely reach them. The deep ocean is one of the darkest places on Earth. At the surface, sunlight can shine through the water, lighting up coral reefs, fish, and the world beneath the waves. But the deeper you go, the less light can reach you. Water absorbs sunlight very quickly, and different colors disappear at different depths. Red fades first, then orange and yellow. Eventually, even blue light begins to vanish. By the time you reach the deep ocean, sunlight has completely disappeared. This part of the ocean is known as the midnight zone, and it begins around 1,000 meters below the surface. Down there, the darkness is almost total. No sunrise, no sunset, no moonlight, just black water stretching in every direction. But somehow, life still survives. Strange fish, squid, jellyfish, and other deep sea creatures have adapted to live in this world without sunlight. Some have huge eyes to detect the faintest glow. Others create their own light using bioluminescence. The deep ocean is so dark that it feels almost like outer space, but it's not millions of miles away. It's right here on Earth, hidden beneath the waves. The deepest known part of the ocean is almost impossible to imagine. It's called the Mariana Trench, and it lies in the western Pacific Ocean. At its deepest point, known as Challenger Deep, the seafloor drops to nearly 11,000 meters below the surface. That is deeper than Mount Everest is tall. In fact, if Mount Everest was placed inside the Mariana Trench, its peak would still be more than 2,000 meters underwater. Down there, the pressure is extreme. It is over 1,000 times greater than the pressure we feel at sea level. That means anything traveling to the bottom has to survive crushing force from every direction. There is no sunlight, almost no warmth, and the world is completely dark. But even in this extreme environment, life still exists. Tiny organisms, strange deep-sea creatures, and animals adapted to darkness and pressure have been found in and around the trench. The Mariana Trench is one of the most mysterious places on Earth. A hidden world so deep that we have explored more of space than some parts of our own ocean.